Hey there, everybody. Hope you've had a great week. We've come to the end of Sefer Bereshit. And at the end of Sefer Bereshit, Yaakov is blessing his children on his deathbed. And when it's Shimon and Levi's turn, he actually seems to really say some things that are quite harsh about their violence, their anger. And he says to them, "Achalkeim beYaakov ve'afitzeim beYisrael." You will be separated amongst Yaakov and scattered amongst all of Israel. And Rashi explains, what is this curse? It sounds like, something that's really negative. What does this mean that you're going to be scattered and separated all over? And Rashi explains that he was referring to that they were going to have to work hard and travel far, to make ends meet. They were going to have to be the sofrim. They were going to have to be the scribes of the Jewish people. They're going to go around and they're going to sell a pair of tefillin here, sell a mezuzah cloth there. It's hard work. You got to be very good at what you do. You're a scribe, and then you have to go around and sell it from town to town. How many mezuzahs does a family need? Once they put them all up on their doors, you have to find other families that need a mezuzah. And you have to go around and you got to check the mezuzahs. And what else? They were going to be malamdei tinokot. They were going to be tutors for young children, teachers for young children. Not an easy profession. Teaching young children, teaching them the basics, the foundations of Torah, of how to read, of how to understand the parshiot, how to understand the halacha. It's not easy. And you're going to have to go around. You're going to have to find different people so you can make a living. And the Leviim are going to go around. They're going to have to go to different grain houses and pick up their truma and their maser. It's going to be a lot of walking around. It's not going to be easy. That seems to be the curse. But Rav Yaakov Kamenetsky says, embedded in what seems to be a curse is really maybe in some ways a bracha. Because he knows his children very well. They are very passionate people, Shimon and Levi. You can see that from the story when they took out all the males in the town of Shechem, who was the one who abducted their sister Dinah. And Rav Yaakov Kamenetsky says that they were Shimon and Levi were dafka picked to be these types of involved in these professions, which are hard, and you have to really work hard and go around as part of these professions. Specifically because they were involved with chinuch habanim ushmira tashmishay kedusha. Because they're involved with education. We know that the tribe of Levi was supposed to be involved with education, even Shimon, according to this. And in terms of the observing of the mitzvot of Sefer Torah, mezuzah, tefillin. Why these two kids, Shimon and Levi, two children, why these two tribes? Rak Shimon v'Levi heru et haknaot. Because you know what they showed in their life? Passion. They stood up for their sister. Maybe it was wrong how they did it, but they are the only brothers who are referred to as Achei Dinah, the brothers of Dinah, because they're the only two who tried to do something. And even if what they did was not correct in Yaakov's mind, he saw their passion. And he said, you know what? Take your burning desire and your passion to make a difference and help, and how you want to give up and mesirut nefesh for God, and you want to be there for God and for His Torah. Be a teacher of Torah. Use your passion and the energy that it takes to be a teacher. Use that energy to that. Use your energy and your focus and your love to be a scribe. That's hard. It's hard to write a Sefer Torah. It's hard to write tefillin. Hard to write a mezuzah. There are a lot of laws, very intricate. It's a really, really unique skill. Take your passion and do something for the Jewish people that they're going to need generation after generation. They're going to need mezuzahs. They're going to need Torahs. They're going to need tefillin. They're going to need good teachers. And so in some ways, go out there and do that. It seems like a curse, but maybe it's a bracha. Maybe this is really what Shimon and Levi need to take their passions and do with it. And when we see passions in ourselves or in others, we need to encourage ourselves or others to make sure we're using those in a positive way for our community. And not, God forbid, in a negative way, the way that Shimon and Levi used it initially in defending Dinah. Their strategy wasn't the right approach, at least according to Yaakov. And this is a really valuable message for all of us. we need to make sure that our passions are being used in a positive way, and that we also appreciate, this is a shout out to all the teachers out there, to appreciate all those Torah teachers out there who are doing this as Torah teachers in schools, not only because they love it. You don't do this unless you have a passion for teaching the next generation Torah. We need to make sure that we appreciate that passion that the teachers have. Show them that, when you're meeting with their teacher, with your teacher at some point this year, your kid's Torah teacher, show them how much you appreciate it, because this is a very special quality and characteristic, to have the burning desire to teach God's Torah to the next generation, to be the kind of person who's going to be a scribe, a sofer. We should be appreciative of those people because we need them as part of the fabric of the Jewish community. They are so essential, and we must appreciate them every single day. And we must also make sure to express that to our teachers, to our scribes, and to all those who are using their passions to make a real impact on the Jewish community. Have a wonderful Shabbos. Chazak, chazak, v'nit chazek.